Welcome back to America Decides. A new book explores a range of issues important to Americans from the perspective of a woman who grew up in a working-class family in Kansas. The author of Bone on Bone, Essays on America by a daughter of the working class, Sarah Smarsh, joins us now. Sarah, it's great to see you. There are many issues you raise in the book. One of the first is that there's a tremendous misunderstanding, amplified by many in my profession, about who working-class Americans are, what their concerns are, and the sort of stereotypical orientation that they all must be, at one degree or another, Trumpists. Talk about what your book does to try to recharacterize or refute that.
Sure, and thanks, Major, for having me. So, coming from a fifth-generation Kansas wheat farm, as I do, and being surrounded by a community that is much more diverse than it's often portrayed in political lines and ideological lines, and in some places even in along racial lines, I find that this sort of red and blue map that we put up and we call one whole state, this monochrome red that suggests that you cross the state line and suddenly everyone there is wearing a MAGA hat, is not only incorrect but dangerous, really, in our ability to understand ourselves as a nation and write the course toward a better and more just country.
Is it insulting?
Yeah, I'd say so. And that's partly because of my own political persuasion, which couldn't be further from Trumpism. And that's true of my white working class family as well. I think that all over this country, though, there are political minorities who are erased by the Electoral College, by a winner take all politics, and indeed sometimes by media narratives that are focused on the horse race. And that erasure can range from insulting to, even just ineffectual political strategy on the part of resource investment by a given party, like, let's say, Democrats who say, don't bother going there. I think that returning to what once was considered more of a 50-state strategy, investing in putting some boots on the ground everywhere, knocking on doors and seeing who you find, could go a lot further than people think.
Sarah, you talk pointedly and with some poignancy about poverty. And you explain in the book something that has been said to me by many people in working class conditions: being poor is expensive. It's hard.
That's right. It's expensive and hard. I believe James Baldwin actually maybe wrote precisely that it's expensive to be poor, and that was my experience too. Growing up in that rural community and rural poverty, there are just a lot of if you have to take out a loan, you pay interest. If you don't have good credit, you pay even higher interest. If you've got a beater car and you don't make it to work, then because it broke down or you couldn't afford the gas, then you lose the job, and now you definitely can't afford a new car. There's a sort of like, it's like a quagmire or a quicksand that's very, very hard to get out of. And as someone who is writing about that from a very personal vantage, as you say, but also someone who's interested in our societal structures, I do believe that those very personal and domestic and intimate outcomes have everything to do with the policies that we do or don't have in this country. And that's why I offer my story up for consideration.
Sarah, deep in the book, you offer some very aggressive and I think valuable advice to those of us in the media about the overuse and the misuse of the word populism and populist. Explain.
Yeah, often in discourse today, the term populism is conflated with conservatism. And in fact, those are not synonyms. Populism is an energy that involves a ground level discontent, usually, and anger pointed toward the top, if you will, not necessarily left or right. So it can definitely be harnessed in either of those directions. In fairly recent political history, we saw, a populist uprising on the left, spearheaded by Senator Bernie Sanders. He didn't ultimately get the nomination in the general election, but those people are still there. Some of them are even white working class folks, and they're nothing if not populist to my mind. But we tend to today be constantly framing populism as the MAGA movement. And that is just one, and to my mind, very dangerous iteration of that sort of political phenomenon.